Hi, my name is Luke Homan, and I'm going to show you how a product manager can use by a feature to identify the priorities of customers or internal stakeholders. We're going to start by logging into the Innovation Games platform so that I can go ahead and prepare my game. So I log in with my email, which is my user ID and my password, and I select the game, the IGO, or the folder that I want to put this in, the IGO roadmap. Then I'm going to go over to Excel because it's pretty common for product managers to use Excel. I know I use Excel many times for managing features. I find it convenient to put the features in Excel. These aren't necessarily the items that are yet in my backlog worked on by my development team, but instead the thing I'm thinking about. What you're looking at is the actual backlog for the visual collaboration games. And when I play my game, I want our players to know that Contenio is committed to rewriting our visual collaboration games platform in Q1. So even though it's going to be in the game, I'm going to give it a price of 0. That means that it will show up as purchased to the player so they know that this is what we intend to do. And then the variable component of the game, which is where I want to get their feedback and get their sense of priority, is in these other areas. For example, do they want game workflows more than facilitator pooling, or do they want to have an IP address lookup to get more data on their players? To help me in pricing these items, I've collaborated with the development team, and I've kind of gotten some rough shirt size estimates on how hard these are. And after I upload these into the platform will suggest a price for these items based on a range of pricing that we've found to be useful. So I'm going to save that, make sure it's good to go. I'll point out that it's important in the game that you provide both a description and an overview of the benefits of these items. So I've got a good number of items. The game works best when you've got about 12 to 20 items, and in this case I've got exactly 12. So I go back over to Innovation Games. I click on the game import, or the import game definition button, and it says, hey, give me a file to import, and I go ahead and choose my file, and I've got my by feature on visual collaboration features, and I click import. And now that I've got my game imported, you can see that it comes in the system as game imported on such and such a date and time. Now that's not what I want to show my players, so I'm going to go ahead and edit my game definition, and I'm going to say that this is the visual collaboration features, and I'm going to give it a description. The purpose of this game is to identify your priorities on improvements to the visual collaboration game platform. I want the game definition to be private so that only I will see the results of both the game and the definition. The currency symbol is dollars, that's fine, and then it's going to be placed before. And here's the shirt size pricing table. And as you can see on the game import, that when the game price was given, the system ignores the shirt size. For the rest of the shirt sizes, these numbers looked about right. Now what I'm doing is I'm looking at game workflows, and I'm going to look at that price 36, and the visual collaboration game import, even though it's medium, I wanted it to be a little higher price, and I think that's pretty good. Flexible roles, yeah, that's about right. And the IP address lookup for a medium, that seems a little high, because I know if we do this, it's going to be a service that we're going to use, and it's probably going to be a pretty easy service. So I'm going to maybe lower that to something like 50. When I look at some of the item comments and the flag comments, those are pretty cheap. Player raising the hand, I want to change that, maybe make it a 51, just so it's not quite the same as the player raising hand. And you'll find that a little variability in the pricing of the items produces a better result. When I'm done, I can click Save. And because I want to make sure that I've got a game that looks good and I want to see what it looks like when I play it, I'm going to go ahead and click on the Instant Start a Game, which immediately starts a game that we could play. You could see that the new visual game platform came up as purchased. I can see that my items, they look a little like I might want to maybe edit them a little bit. I can do that in a subsequent step. But nonetheless, I'm ready to go with a game that players can join immediately. So this is how you create and import a buy a feature game with items ready to play. Thank you.